Hi, how are you? In this video, I'm gonna talk a little bit about pronunciation, okay? Well, when we talk about the past of the verbs, you already know that the verbs are divided into regular verbs and irregular verbs. Regular verbs are the ones we add ed to the end of the word, to the end of the verb, when we are conjugating it into the past. For example, work, worked, study, studied. But I have heard many people saying, for example, traveled, opened, and so I thought, oh, it will be interesting to make a video about the ED sound. And then let me share with you the screen because I've prepared something here to you. Let me show you. Here you are. The ED sound. Sometimes the ED is pronounced like t, t. Okay, so when you see these bars here, it doesn't mean this is a letter. So it's not the letter T. It is the symbol of a sound. And the sound is t, t. It's strong, okay? And when do we pronounce the ED this way? T, in a strong way. When the verb finishes with the sound of f, k, p, s, ch, x. You see, they are not letters, they are sounds because they are separated by these, they are between these bars. So it represents the sound, not the letter. Let me prove you that we are here talking about the sound and not the letter. The word is surf. Coincidentally, it finishes with the letter F and the sound is also F. We say surf, the verb to surf. But you see this other verb, laugh, laugh. Okay, so it finishes with the letters GH, but the pronunciation is like F. And then you say F to the end of this word or to the end of this verb. We say laugh. And then when we add the ED, it will have the same pronunciation as surf. So what's the past of surf? Surfed, surfed. You say the original word, the road here, surf, and then you add t sound. And then you have surf. The same happens with laugh. So you have left, left, left. The same pronunciation of right and left. You know, left is the same pronunciation. Well, and what about when the verb finishes with the, not the letter, but the sound k, like park? So when you add ed, this ed has the t sound. Then what's the past of park? Parked, parked, parked. I packed the car. I packed the car. What about when the verb finishes with the sound of p, like stop? The past is stopped, stopped, on this. So you never say the E sound, okay? This sound now, an example, kiss, kiss. What's the past of kiss? Kissed, kissed, kissed. This is, it's difficult to use the keyboard of the normal computer, the regular computer. So the symbol is not exactly this one, but it's similar, okay? So ch, that's the symbol for this sound, ch, like watch. So what's the past of watch? Watched, watched, watched. I watched a movie. I watched a movie. So not watch it. I watched a movie. No, I watched a movie. Watched. When the verb finishes with the x sound, x, This is representing the x sound, okay? Like fix, fix. What's the past of fix? Fixed. You have a fixed, fixed. Okay, so this is how we pronounce the ed sound in these cases. But there is another way to pronounce the ed sound. We can pronounce like this: it, it. And when does it happen? When the verb finishes with the t sound or the d sound. For example, start, start. So when we add ed, what's the past of start? It's started, started. See that you don't say id, not started, but id. Started. Almost e, but not exactly e, okay? But the middle between e and a. Started. Need, need. What's the past of need? Needed, needed. Other cases that are not between these sounds that I have just showed you, and then the ed is pronounced just like t, t. Okay, it's a light sound. T. For example, what's the past of call? Call. Call is not here, is not among these other sounds that we have discussed here. And then the ed sound is going to be just t. And then what is the past of call? It's called, called. I called my mother. I called my mother. I called my mother. I called my mother. Travel is another case, similar to that one because they both finish with the L sound. Traveled. So never say traveled, okay? But traveled. Traveled, traveled. Another case that is not with the L sound is the N sound. So open. The past of open is not opened, okay? It is opened. Opened, opened. All right? So now it's time to practice. Take a text and read it out loud. You can record your voice while you are reading. This is a way you can practice the spelling. You can practice your pronunciation because then you read a text, you record your voice so that when you finish it, you can listen to yourself and then check if your pronunciation is according to what you have just learned. All right? So I wait for you on our next video. See